Hey everybody. I know that some of you are still waiting for me to do a review of TMNT III, the Manhattan Project, but I've been so busy that it is hard to keep up with escaping reality. But don't worry though, because the review will be coming before or a little after July. For right now, I know some of you like hack and slash games like Devil May Cry or God of War, so for this review, I'm going to review to you the Xbox 360's Game of the Month, Ninja Gaiden II. But I find it to be appropriate at first to introduce you to the other two games in the second series. In 2004, there was Ninja Gaiden. I consider this game to be one of the greatest titles ever released on the Xbox. This game is not about a superhuman ninja fighting against the bad guys, it's about a young ninja with his own personal affair and his own personal war that he has on his own hands. Ryu Hayabusa from the Hayabusa Ninja Clan seeks training from a ninja master who lives in a temple on Mount Fuji. During this task, the Hayabusa Ninja Village is under attack by a demonic race called the Fiends, and the leader of the assault was a dark samurai by the name of Doku. After learning his identity and his motives of forging an alliance with a fictional military nation called Vigur, Ryu travels to the Vigurian city of Tyron to end Doku's tyranny and fight against the Holy Vigur Emperor. So this game isn't just about a hero who is saving the world from the Fiends. It's about a young warrior who is seeking to avenge his fallen clan. Tomonobu Itagaki delivers some of the best puzzles, characters, and enemies that would appear in a World of the Dead or Alive series. Another promising feature is that the enemies are very intelligent and cunning with their own combat experience. It's crazy for any difficulty. You can even have a roster of up to 10 weapons and projectiles to have in your arsenal when you fight. And the level design seems more free-roaming, kind of like a Zelda game, and you can go back and pick up items that you missed out on, or backtrack to gain more experience for your weapons. Overall, Ninja Gaiden is a great experience and some of Itagaki's fine work to this date. So pick this game up and play it if you haven't. In March 2008, there was a sequel that continued from the first game, subtitled Dragon Sword. In this game, Ryu Hayabusa helps train a female kunoichi by the name of Momiji because she wants to become strong enough to fight for her dead sister's wishes. If many of you knew the priestess who was killed in the first game, then that was Momiji's sister, Kureha. In the shadow of all things, the Black Spider Ninja Clan and some of Doku's allies created a secret pact to fight off against the dragon lineage. In an attempt to weaken Ryu, the Black Spider Ninjas capture Momiji and try to lure Ryu to resurrecting the Dark Dragon Blade with Dark Dragon Stones. Ryu takes on this challenge to bring back Momiji to the Hayabusa village, and to fight off what is left of Doku's allies, who consist of greater fiends that are mentioned in Ninja Gaiden Sigma for the PS3. The game itself was very innovative with the way it was played on the DS. You hold the DS like opening a book, and you use the stylus the whole time to attack, move, jump, etc. Hitting the shoulder button will block your enemy's attacks, and the controls are very easy to get used to. Most of the levels look like pre-rendered photorealistic scenes that are like in a Resident Evil game, but you do have restrictions on where you are supposed to go. Overall, the game is very innovative, but the difficulty is much easier than the first game, but it does have its moments with the gameplay. It was pretty short to beat, but other than that, it was a higher rating than the first game in the series. Now, on to Ninja Gaiden 2. Let's face it, it's been about 4 years ever since a proper Ninja Gaiden sequel has come onto a console. So you think a game, movie, or a TV series should have a lot of hype. But this game just happened to sneak in quietly into retails, and on June 3rd, 2008. And to tell you the truth, that is something that I really like and I'm very fond of. No series should live up to its hype unless if it's absolutely necessary, but in the long run, it's just best not even to have hype at all. As far as there are a few glitches and flaws within the game itself, this game is considered to be a spontaneous and epic masterpiece. If you saw the preview footage and trailers, then you would expect how badass of a game this would be. Even the critics have been talking about how bloody and gory this game is, and they're not kidding. If you played the first game, you see enemies get slashed up, and then at some points in time, their heads decapitate. But in Ninja Gaiden 2, it goes beyond the presentation of what Ninja Gaiden delivered. I mean, you fight enemies, their heads fly off, arms fly off, legs fly off, limbs get chopped in half, and then when they get chopped off, you just see a huge amount and geysers of blood just fly around everywhere. I mean, it's crazy. It would probably be enough to say that this game is on the same page of violence as the 2008 Rambo movie. Compared to games like Resident Evil where you shoot off heads off a zombie, Ninja Gaiden 2 really takes the cake. It makes the first one almost on the same level of violence that the Devil May Cry series and the God of War series are very well known for. As far as story goes, Ninja Gaiden 2 is a little lacking in this one, and there aren't that many chapters as the first game, but it does not mean that the story itself is all that shallow. There are some new characters that appear in the game, but some of them aren't that appealing to have a cult following like Rachel from Ninja Gaiden. In the story, the Black Spider Ninja Clan has joined forces with the Fiends once again to take down the dragon lineage, but they receive help from a legion of greater fiends that are more powerful than the ones under Doku's command. Ryu must face off against them to prevent a resurrection of the most powerful fiend ever, called the Archfiend. Not everything goes according to plan, but you'll have to play to find that out. The story isn't that innovative as the first game, but it does have its moments to entice you into the plot. As far as content is concerned, there isn't that much to unlock in this game itself, but you do earn points for the Xbox Live Marketplace to purchase content. Personally, I thought this game was better than the first, but nowhere near as good as Dragon Sword. I mean, Ninja Gaiden and Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword are games that are well polished with great stories and intricate gameplay elements, but Ninja Gaiden 2 is raw, dark, more serious, with so much dirty and brutal combat, if you know what I mean. Even the levels take place in locations that are non-fictional in this world, and it seems to go back to the original roots with the settings from the original trilogy, and I thought that was a nice touch to retrace old ground for once. The first two games were one with story and gameplay becoming equal, but Ninja Gaiden 2 is more of an ass-kicking brawl fest against hundreds of enemies. It makes the game more playable and appealing than any other hack-and-slash game. One thing I do miss so much about this game is the omission of references to the first two games. Even though they are not present in Ninja Gaiden 2, we do see information about some of the things that were prior of being informative about the game's plot. This game doesn't seem to have any connection to any of the locations or characters from the predecessors. It is more like this game stands out on its own with a new story that is setting itself apart from the first. While the game is indeed canon to the series, the reason I played Ninja Gaiden 2 was because it was one of my favorite franchises of all time, and it is one of the inspirations of my own game idea that I wish to have when I entered the gaming industry. From this day and age, it seems that the past is really making a comeback to the present time with new movies and games from old franchises being reborn. It was nice to play another game from a classic series, and I'm definitely looking forward to playing Metal Gear Solid 4 when it comes out this Thursday. Anyway, that is all I have to say about Ninja Gaiden 2. So if you're a fan of the series, go check it out, rent it, buy it, and start playing it. The reviews for this game from prior gaming websites have given great acclaim, which should clue you in that the sequel isn't all that bad. It may not be the best game ever released up to this date, but by maintaining the innovation from the predecessors, its gameplay experience should not leave you to be disappointed.